like an absolute comet hitting the earth. The NCAA video game is back from EA Sports. I'm traveling right now and have not been able to hop on, but I know Tyler, how many hours? So when did you get the game, and how many hours since you got it have you devoted to playing
Oh
it?
shit. I did the pre-sale, it dropped 4 p.m. It was right there on the dot. I finished up my work at around like 4:30, hopped on that shit immediately. Already started my dynasty. I'm 6 games deep right now. I'm recruiting. Look, I'm way ahead of schedule in the recruiting. Like I've got the number 1 and the number 2 recruits probably flipping my way. I'm sniping a motherfucker from Georgia and Bam already, like a quarterback and a DT. Look, I am having a time of my life. Like, bro, I feel like I'm 21 all over again, except I have money now. You know what I mean? I'm in a crib, working
Wow.
from the crib with my, like, I locked in on that game for about 5-6 hours straight last night, smoked my weed, ordered food. I was like, yo, I am 21 with money again. Like, I can smoke all the weed I want. I can order all the food I want. I can play this game as long as I want. Like it's a great fucking feeling. The nostalgia. Nostalgia is profitable. Like we talk about how much we hate, how much media gets recycled with TV shows and movies and shit, but bro, it's a reason why they still keep remaking shit because nostalgia is a motherfucker, man. It'll get you.
21 with money.
The dream.
I've never been more. I mean, what else? What other feeling in the world could you want to be 21 but have money to do whatever you want? You can go buy all the sugar cereals for breakfast you want now.
Right.
So what's your team? Because I know you wanted to turn NCA&T into a national champ.
Yeah.
But they skimmed on the
there.
HBCUs.
Yeah. And the HBCUs were on previous versions, so they're not on this one. But I'm running with Miami. I'm gonna bring the U back. And much like the glory days of the U, I'm not disciplining a motherfucker. I am not disciplining anyone. Not my stars, at least. Like I said, if that second string long snapper is out here, if I find out he so much as missed a class, he's getting his ass shit back to Idaho. But other than that, bro, like I am not running a tight ship over this motherfucker. So all the 5 stars, all the All-Americans, you run wild because you are playing every Saturday. I promise you that.
Steven in the chat said Dragonfly Kid.
Hell yeah, that's me. Good vibes, man. Good motherfucking vibes. I am not going to be a disciplinarian at all. And the thing is, when you start your dynasty, you can pick what type of coach you want to make, right? Like he can be an X's and O's guy, or he can be like a recruiter. And I leaned into the like recruiter shit and like this shit. And it's so wild because all I want, like I said, I just want the 5 stars. That's it. I'll figure shit out from there. Fuck that X's and O's shit, right? Like I don't need a guy who's gonna be hunkering down in the film room with a sun visor on in the dark. No, and the thing is, like you win games and you accumulate points to spend on your coach shit. The shit for the recruiter prototype coach is so motherfucking funny because you can buy like firm handshake points and shit. it's like and like good sense of humor points and shit to like win kids over and shit. It's fucking hilarious. It's a good fucking time, man.
So it's straight up like, how do you build Coach O?
Exactly.
Is that what it is? It's just like accumulate points and turn yourself into Coach O.
Yes.
What's your ratio of points spent on good firm handshake to points spent on being funny?
I bought all the firm handshake points. like now I'm buying points for like hard sells and elevator pitches and all that shit. But yeah, it's a fun fucking time, man.
That's highly fucking great. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait to get home and get it. We were just talking before we recorded. Like, it feels like it's been for people in our age, like your late 30s, early 40s, or your adolescent years if you're Jackson. Like, it feels like it's been a long time since all your friends were playing the same video game at the same time. It just doesn't.
Especially a sports game too. Like Madden and 2K have kind of lost their luster over the years. So
yeah, because we're too stupid, bro. Like if you grew up on 2-button video games and they want you, that's the one thing that worries me about college football. Like they had a thing where you could change your defensive line plays during pre-snap. I'm like, I might be too stupid for that, bro.
Yeah,
I can see it happening in a real football game, but like when you and me started playing video games, sports video games, it was A to pitch and B to swing the bat. Like
right.
It was,
right, that was
it. And it wasn't, there weren't 2 pitches. You couldn't call audibles at the line in Joe Montana sports talk football because we've been playing football video games since before Madden was a video game. It was just Tecmo Super Bowl. It was Do you want to call the run play or the pass play?
Right. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm for sure like the set my audibles before the game of this fucking guy who everyone kind of hates when we first start playing because it's gonna take me like 3 or 4 minutes to get everything straight. So I'm for sure that guy because you gotta. My whole philosophy is, bro, you have to have a formation that you can run out of, that you can pass out of, and the defense can't know what's coming, right? So I'm for sure big on audibles and shit and saying those.
You fucking Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, Jones over there, bro.
That's why he doesn't need an X's and O's coach. He's the X's and O's coach, baby. He's got it locked in up there.
You doing the John Gruden, like, oh, you only spent 19 hours coaching yesterday, huh?
It's crazy that in this video game that Twitter must exist in the college football 25 universe. If you Dragonfly Jones snagged the #1 recruit from different states already, they must be locked in.
It's legitimately shit you can do on the recruiting trail where you can like DM them on social media. Like that's a move that you can make on there and shit. So
hell yeah,
very much up with the times.
They should have given you a 1-person patch for like, I am a Twitter personality / head coach. Like, I'm the first ever Twitter personality.
100,000 followers badge, right? Fucking 2,000 followers, 200,000 followers gold medal in the corner of my shit.
Yeah. I would have fucked with that for sure. Okay, so you got Miami going, but it is. I just wanted to like pull back because it's such a big thing. One of our producers, Danny, was just telling us he bought a PS5 to play the game. I have so many friends that did the same thing. Like
I'm considering.
Oh, you should do it.
I'm considering.
I'm gonna get that.
Never bought the PS5. Never got it, and my video game. Even though I'm younger than you guys, my video game interest similarly is sort of like waned, as an adult. And I was on the Call of Duty grind during the COVID and everything. But I was like, do I really like care enough to buy a PS5? And I'm pretty happy with my decision to this point. But now I'm like, I need to.
I feel like the whole pod got to tap in.
Yeah.
Start a dynasty. And once we get our dynasties really going and we built our super teams, we need to play against each other, bro.
Volume, do you hear this? This is a work.
There
this is for a segment on the pod, the volume.
It's for a segment on the pod.
I might need a second PS5 to play it in the back. Right. I can't just be in the living room on the PS5.
You have your receipt saved from 4 years ago?
No, I would just get the second one. I mean, the first one. I'll get the first one. I think one of the funniest things in John's character development was, y'all remember he went crazy on Call of Duty for like 6 months during the pandemic, and he was like, that was a funny, but I loved it. It was like a funny turn where it was just like everyone's brain did something different during the podcast, and John's brain was like, I need to shoot a bunch of fictional people now.
Yeah, it is so wild because like for him to not be a first-person shooter dude, for him to tap in and just become like really good at it, like that shit doesn't happen. Because I have tried, and that shit just ain't in me, dog. I'm not a first-person shooter dude at all. I cannot play those games. I'm not nice at that shit. Like GoldenEye is where it starts and ends for me, dog. Like, but that's it.
That was the grand opening, grand closing for a lot of us. I feel like, I got on. Vinny was on Fortnite, and I got on just because I'd heard, all the kids I covered been on Fortnite for like 15 years or whatever, however long it's been out. And I got on there. I was okay at it. But it's all this shit now where you're like jumping while you're shooting and all this other stuff. It's like, stand there and shoot Odd Job like a man. That's how I feel about it. Right. You know what I mean? Headshots only in the temple. Like, yeah. That's our era for sure. But yeah, no, I feel like John is definitely our friend though. That's like someone could bring a sport over from like Somalia that no one here has ever heard of and show it to John, and in 30 seconds he'd be like very good at it. You know what I mean? He's just that friend that's like, here, try this thing that millions of people work on, and he's just automatically good at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's got the combination of like hand-eye coordination and intelligence and and he's got the lineage. He's got a fucking Hall of Famer in the bloodline. So
I did beat his ass on NBA Jam though when we was in New York for one time. We played the arcade version of NBA Jam, and I busted his ass like 3 times, and I will never let him forget that.
Did you really?
Listen to John.
Who were y'all playing with?
I forgot who he was playing with, but I was running with Portland. I felt like Portland was always underrated on that because Terry Porter had threes and Clyde had dunks. So that was always my duo on there. But
that's why we always play with the Hornets. Like my friend and I always love playing with the Hornets. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. He busted his ass at NBA Jam. I feel pretty good. I'm trying to think if I've ever beaten John at anything. We've never really like competed and stuff. NBA Jam's a good one to hold over your friend's head, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because bro, like that's something that we all have a foundation on. All
That's
of us
right.
were kids playing that shit, you know?
And then you saying you beat him with Portland is like, okay, cool. And you weren't like, you know what I mean? You beat him, you beat him square up too, because it's not like Portland was the powerhouse team or anything. All right, so it's decided. We're all invoicing the volume for PS5s and getting NCAA football. Okay,
that's exactly right.
Volume.
How's I want to know how the chat's doing. Does the chat have any accomplishments in NCAA football that we need to know about?
Oh, that's a good question.
Chat, are y'all weak?
One person, Michael in the chat. Suck? Michael in the chat. Michael in the chat said, "Me and the boys started Dynasty with 1-star schools and joined the ACC. We are grinding." LOL.
That's the way to do it, man.
I respect that. That's not me though. I'm not a video.
I'm taking. Then Avandre said someone was ineligible at Northwestern after 2 months for flunking classes.
Hey, Northwestern. Hey, Northwestern is a pretty tough school, man. You can't be fucking around at Northwestern, dog.
Then Jay Living said, which is really funny. After we were talking about, Tyler was talking about the handshake points and everything. He said, "It sounds like D&D for football."
Yeah, I think that's
spot on, baby.
That's why whenever, whenever I don't feel like I ever really knew that many people who were like jocks or something. But whenever anyone who's a sports fan tries to give anyone shit about being a dork, it's like there's nothing dorkier than sports fandom, bro. You are memorizing people's jersey numbers. And you're like, oh, you didn't know that he bats left but throws right. You know what I mean? It's like it's the dorkiest shit in the world, bro. Like it just is. Like, look at the colors on his helmet. It's so sick. Like,
oh, he's wearing a visor. That's so cool, man. This is translucent too, bro. Flip flopping with the colors. Awesome. Yeah. What's a ridiculous?
I don't know. Yeah, it is. And that's the fun part of it. Whether it's like you're a dork for sports or music or video games or whatever, you know, it's all whatever gets you through this short, weird life that we're all living. We've all had a difficult time buying tickets. Lakers games are expensive, but I try and find games to take my son Vinny to. It's hard to find good deals, especially at the last minute.
You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is a fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
The Lakers have a ton of home games the remainder of the year. I like that in the Game Time app, they have last-minute tickets. You can see views from every seat.
Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Their all-in pricing shows your total up front, so you know you're getting a great deal before you buy. They also have the Game Time guarantee, which means you'll always get the best price.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time.
Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code JandJ for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Forget about what the calendar says. Football season is right around the corner, and that means Best Ball Week at DraftKings isn't far behind. Here's what you need to know. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking 15 million guaranteed prize pool with two. That's right, 2 millionaires being crowned for first and second place.
If you're a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger roster so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft and that's it. You're set for the season. And 15 million in prize money is no joke. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year, DraftKings is offering everyone a Draft One, Get One special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket.
Get ready for Best Ball Week at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use code Jenkins. That's code JENKINS, Jenkins, for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball $15 million millionaire contest to get a bonus ticket. Only during Best Ball Week. Only on DraftKings.